Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mel Ingram Field on the campus of Grants Pass High School in beautiful Grants Pass, Oregon. Tonight, we bring you our first Southwest Conference matchup of the season as your Roseburg Indians trek down south to the Rogue Valley with a 4-0 record in tow, looking to keep it perfect on the season as they take on the Grants Pass Cavemen. It's a big battle coming up tonight as Roseburg looks to end a lengthy losing streak against Grants Pass, and we bring you the action tonight here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to have you with us here for another Friday night on the radio. Tonight, we bring you the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Roseburg comes into tonight's matchup, week 5 of the season, with a perfect 4-0 start on the year. The first time since 2013, Roseburg has started with a 4-0 record. They take on a Grants Pass team that is 1-3 on the season, but ramp up the intensity tonight and throw out the record books as we begin Southwest Conference play. There's a whole lot on the line as both these teams look to start out conference play. It's a quick one. With only 5 teams in the conference, you only get 4 games in, and there's a lot riding on the line as postseason dreams are in the balance. So it's going to be a big one tonight as Roseburg heads on the road for their first conference matchup of 2021. We'll continue on with the Roseburg Disposal pregame show with a quick word with head coach Dave Heiberger here coming up in just a couple of minutes. We want to remind you real quick before we head on to the break that tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com, where you can watch Roseburg High sports throughout the school year. You can also head to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and follow Roseburg High sports all throughout the year, and go back and watch a lot of the archived events as well. So go check that out, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow along Roseburg High sports with us here on The Score. We'll take the 2-minute break. When we come back, a quick word with head coach of the Roseburg football team, Dave Heiberger, here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
All right, you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Well, we welcome you back here as they wrap up the national anthem tonight. Let's go ahead and get to our quick word here with head coach Dave Heiberger of the Roseburg football program.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the rub of the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Roseburg getting ready to take on Grants Pass in our first Southwest Conference matchup of the season. As we make our way to Mel Ingram Field, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. Coach, start of conference play. How do things ramp up for your team as you guys get into a spot where the teams on the other side are rather familiar with you?
Yeah, it's good to get into league play and see where we're at.
You guys are coming off of another nice win last week, getting a chance to play at home. First and foremost, nice to not have to go on the long bus ride, but to be able to see the team celebrate with the student section out on the field after a big win last week. How did that feel for you guys, and what kind of momentum can you take out of that?
Well, it was good last week. It doesn't help us much this week, and so we'd like to be able to celebrate another one after this game, and I think they had a good week of practice and realized that. But last week's celebration, that was fun last week.
You guys, you mentioned a good week of practice. You got these guys, they're 4-0, and I know you told me that they're still the underdogs, but have you been seeing the focus stay where you want it to be? You know, a team can get maybe feel a little bit more confident about themselves as the wins continue to pile up. Have you seen this team continue to stay focused?
You know, Joey, we can go back about 5 years, and I tell you every time these kids come out and they practice. Win, lose, or draw, they come out and get better. And I said that when we were getting our butts kicked, and I'm saying it when we're now. The kids show up and they want to get better, and they practice the way they're supposed to.
In talks with some of the guys, the focus seems to continue to be there. You get into conference play here tonight. You take on a Grants Pass team that scrapped their way through 1-3 coming into this matchup. I know sounds like throw the records out when you get to this point. You know that it's going to be a dogfight, but what do you expect to see out of the Grants Pass Cavemen tonight?
Obviously, I'm watching them warm up right now. They look like a small college team out there. They got 6'5" tight ends. You know, they got O linemen. They got speed where they need it. They're a very athletic team.
You guys, getting into it as you now made it to the midway point of the season. What are some of the areas that you continue to want to see the growth for this team as you guys make your way to the second half of this year?
Well, we'd like to look to be a hair more balanced, but it hasn't. Obviously, get into some tighter games against some quality opponents. You're going to need to be a little bit more balanced. But at the same time, obviously there's some yardage that's been piling up there, and you stick with what got you here. So.
You and I talked about how you get to a point where you got plenty of film on tape for teams to look at. How do you continue to try and keep the opponent off balance when they may have a little bit better idea of what some of the skill sets have been working well for you going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, you always tweak a little bit and self-scout and see what tendencies you do have, and hopefully you're a good enough football team where you can create tendencies. And then once you have some tendencies created, we hope to break some of those at times.
Well, we look forward to it tonight, Coach. Grants Pass, good luck out there on the field.
Appreciate it. Have a good evening.
That is head coach Dave Heiberger here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we're counting down towards kickoff for tonight's matchup. Joey Keyran here with you as we get ready to go from Mel Ingram Field. Again, we come into the matchup with our teams 4-0 for Roseburg, 1-3 for Grants Pass, but it's the start of Southwest Conference play. So as said there with Coach Heiberger, throw the record books out. There's a lot riding on the line. The series, this is actually the 102nd playing of this series between Roseburg and Grants Pass. Right now, Grants Pass holds the series lead at 51-43-7 is the series record there for the Cavemen. They have won the last 8, which helps put them in the lead in that series. Last time Roseburg won in this matchup was 2012, a 37-22 victory last season in the shortened spring football season. During the pandemic year, it was a 45-6 win for Grants Pass on top of Roseburg in that matchup. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll get you a real quick round ready to go. We'll take a look at the coin flip, and we'll get you all the details as we get ready for kickoff as we continue on with the Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Welcome you back here to Mel Ingram Field as we get ready to go. Roseburg and Grants Pass getting ready to square off. Roseburg wearing their road whites tonight with the black numbers on the front and the back outlined in orange. Got the black stripes down the side with Indians in orange there. Black helmets with the orange feather on the sides, the orange face mask for Roseburg. On the other side, it's the blue tops and white numbers on the front and the back for Grants Pass. And they've got the all blues. It's blue tops, blue bottoms for them. We're waiting for them to take the field here tonight. I believe it is white helmets for the Cavemen here this evening. As we count down towards kickoff, we wrap up our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. They have not come out yet. The captain's waiting for Roseburg to head out to midfield for the coin toss. They haven't come out of the locker room yet for Grants Pass, and here come the captains for the Cavemen. So we'll have the coin toss here in just a minute, but we'll go ahead and take our final break of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show and get ready for kickoff right around the corner. This has been your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal 673-7122. Back with your kickoff as Roseburg begins Southwest Conference play at Mel Ingram Field from Grants Pass tonight, right here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Parker, and I have been a part of the Roseburg community for my entire life. I am devastated to tell you that just shy of a week ago, I lost someone dear to me, a very special family friend, to COVID-19. I realized that the topic of vaccination is a sensitive one. It's a very personal choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
Well, here come the Cavemen out onto their home field. They'll stop at midfield on the GP logo as we get ready to go. It'll be the Cavemen starting out, receiving the football as they win the toss, elect to receive, and we're getting ready to go. Let's go ahead and pause real quick, 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football on The Score. Well, it should be a fun test tonight for Roseburg as they look to prove that 4-0 start in non-conference play was no fluke. Obviously, winning in Southwest Conference play, never an easy task for any team to do. But Roseburg coming in with a 4-0 start. A win here puts them in at least a good position to try and win their first league title since 2005, but a lot of work in front of them as they take on a Grants Pass team. Winning their last game, they took on Shasta out of California, won 28-20 in that matchup. Grants Pass averaging 13.8 points a game this season, and they will get the ball to start out things. They'll be returning left to right on your radio dial. Jackson Bartlett out to kick the ball away. Bartlett will be kicking right to left, the right-footed kicker. Jace Jordan and Asher Wyardi back to return for Grants Pass. The kick will go to the 13-yard line. Wyardi will have it there, going up the middle, swimming his way upfield, and he is taken down just shy of the 30-yard line. And that is where the offense will take over for Grants Pass. First drive of the game will start at the 28-yard line for the Cavemen. It'll be Jace Blanchard, the junior quarterback, 5'11", 157. He has passed for 575 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions this season. He threw 2 last week, 71 yards on their opening drive of the game last week for the Cavemen. It was 4th down and 8, and he found a receiver, Jackson Tunick, for a streaker down the sideline and able to get the opening score in the ballgame. They'll start out moving left to right, ball on the left hash mark. In shotgun is Blanchard. Turns, hands it off to the running back. Running right side, it's Wyardi. He cannot get much beyond the line of scrimmage. Silas Kincaid coming in to make the stop. And the first run of the ball game for the Cavemen will go for a yard to the 29. Pickup of 1 for Wyardi on the ground. The senior running back has 162 yards on the season, averaging 4.6 a carry. He's got 2 touchdowns. He is one of the few players on this Grants Pass team, which graduated a huge class last year, that played against Roseburg a year ago. He'll go left side over the line, better yardage on 2nd down and 9. He'll carry across the 30. He gets out to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 4 on the ground game for Wyardi. It makes it 3rd down and 5 for Grants Pass. 3rd down conversion. Roseburg's opponents this season, on 3rd down, only 21% conversion rate. Snap, fake the handoff, throw out in the flats, and the Roseburg's Landon Duper beats his defender and gets right to the receiver. That is Jackson Tunick on the catch. He gets taken back to the 29, and the pass play will go for a loss of 4 as Blanchard connects on his first one, but losing yard, and now that'll bring the punt unit out for Grants Pass. Nice start for Roseburg's defense as they stand stout is what I was going for there. The punter out, I believe it's Troy Osborne. Nope. That might be Miles Anderson. 8s look like 6s in these jerseys. Deep to return, Carson Dunn gets it at the 35. He gets to the sideline. The punt return coverage not in a good spot, and that allows Carson Dunn to return it across the 50, and he'll take it to the 46 on Grants Pass half of the field. Roseburg with a short field to work with and 10:04 to go here in the first quarter. They'll get the ball for the first time. The offense will come out for Roseburg. Colton Marsters, the senior quarterback, in the backfield, leading Roseburg. He has thrown for 442 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's run for 6 touchdowns and 457 yards. He'll move Dominic Titone in motion from left to right. Defensive front jumped a little bit. Roseburg will set, and they will change the play call here at the line of scrimmage. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Caden Eckel will move from behind Marsters to his left in shotgun. Snap, handed off, running right side. Eckel gets across the line of the scrimmage, and he will fall forward. The sophomore running back for Roseburg, leading the team with 507 yards rushing. He has a team-high 8 touchdowns, averages 6.7 yards a carry and 127 yards a game. One of the best starts for a running back at Roseburg in quite some time. Takes it down to the 43-yard line. It was a pickup of 3 on the first down carry for Eckel. Roseburg, wide receiver targets, Landon Duper to the near side. Spread out, trips to the far side. Titone, Klopfenstein, and Duper out there. Excuse me, Horton is out there, I believe. Snap, goes to Marsters. I don't think he was ready for it. He's going to just take off and run, and that is what he's able to do with his feet. It was Colton Marsters on the run, a broken play, and he just sprints to the edge around the tackle and picks up the first down to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the ground for Marsters on his first carry. They'll set him up. Titone, Klopfenstein, and Horton spread to the wide side of the field. Duper on the near side. Eckel in the backfield with Marsters. Quick turn to his right, looking to his left. Nothing really there. Still trying to escape the pressure. Eludes one man, now tosses it out. Klopfenstein came back to the ball, wide open, gets a block, and he'll get out to the far side of the field. Takes it out to the 21. A little bit of making something out of nothing for Colton Marsters, and we haven't seen that much out of him, but he does a great job there. A pickup of 14 through the air and another first down for Roseburg. Klopfenstein gets the first catch of the night. Klopfenstein coming in with 144 yards and a touchdown on the season. Up along the front line for this Roseburg team, Hayden Snyder, Kyler Mills, James Coleman, Daniel Thomas, Tiger Black, your front line. Quite a few juniors up on that line. As they move a man in motion turn, they'll make some room for Eckel. Gets around the outside edge, stays on his feet as someone pushes him forward. Couldn't get to him to get the wrap up, and the defender pushed him in the back. That just propelled Caden Eckel forward to the 10-yard line, and it's first and goal for Roseburg as they'll drop the sticks. Roseburg will have it at the 10, and they will go hurry up. A pickup of 11 for Eckel. The first down carry takes it down to the 5 before he is crunched and pulled down. Defender loses his helmet away from the play, and they'll stop the clock briefly. Down to the 5-yard line on the carry for Eckel. Roseburg started with a short field at their Grants Pass 46, and they're trying to cash in on the opening drive of the game. Scoreless ball game, 8:26 still to go here. First drive for Roseburg. Eckel will move to the right of Marsters. Trips to the right side. Titone, Klopfenstein, and Horton. Fake the handoff, keeper for Marsters. It opens wide up, and he's in for the touchdown, Roseburg. And the Indians will punch it in to start out the ball game. They lead. There is a flag on the play. One moment here. Let's see what happens. A Whitecap talking with the other officials here, and it looks like it's coming back, I think, for Roseburg. That's at least the body language for no, Bartlett's staying on the field here. So the PAT team is staying on the field. I think the touchdown's going to stand. It is against Roseburg. Personal foul. So it'll go against Roseburg. And they may assess it on the ensuing kickoff. Yeah, that's what they're asking the defense here. So Roseburg's going to get the points. Nothing fun like, it's like scoring a touchdown and then waiting for the video replay to come back and confirm things. We're waiting on the official to make the call, and it will stand. Touchdown Roseburg, PAT unit out. Jackson Bartlett out there to kick. Bartlett this season, he didn't start as the PAT kicker, but he's come out. He's made 5 of 6, 83 yards. He was the place kicker on the kickoff. But taking over on PATs, he had one blocked last week, and that's why he's 5 for 6. He'll put this one behind the foot, and it's through. A TD run by Colton Marsters from 5 yards out, and the PAT by Jackson Bartlett makes it a 7-0 lead. Roseburg in front. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with more Roseburg football in the first quarter on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Sounds like it might be homecoming night tonight here at Grants Pass. Thought I just heard him say they're going to crown the homecoming queen coming up at halftime. For Roseburg, I don't know if he's up for the homecoming court or not, but Colton Marsters, the senior, sure is looking quite stately out there to start out. A couple of big plays with his legs and then one with his arm. He runs that one in from 5 yards out and puts Roseburg on top, 7-0. Roseburg going 46 yards, took him 6 plays, and just under 2 minutes on that drive. Bartlett will be kicking off from his own 25-yard line after the penalty by Roseburg. So 15-yard penalty. He'll get a boot behind it out to the 37 where it's taken there by Jackson Tunick. He goes left side, and Grants Pass will have good field position as that'll be out near midfield. I don't know if he got all the way to the 50, might have just been shy. They'll put him at the 49, Grants Pass half of the field. The Cavemen will have the ball for a second time tonight. Roseburg football this evening brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 3 and out on the first possession by Grants Pass. They had 5 yards on the ground and then a pass play for -4 yards before they punted it away. 8:08 on the clock here in the first quarter. Roseburg leading 7-0. Stack up twins here on the near side for the Cavemen, looking to pass deep, have a man open, but the throw from Jace Blanchard is off the mark downfield. Going downfield intended for Jace Jordan. That'll be 2nd down and 10. Up along the front line for the Cavemen, Kane Robinson, Ariel Huber-Cantola, David Hang, Jacob Dorner, and Taholo Vainuku Johnson. Got 3 seniors, 2 juniors. Good size up there as the clock, the officials blowing things dead. Clock is at 8:02. Feels like that didn't run off a ton of time. I think they might have had a player have to go out, though, for either maybe a blood or equipment issue there as they reset. Ball at the Grants Pass 49, 2nd down and 10, just near midfield. Dropping back to pass, Blanchard looking downfield, has a man open in the middle, and it is caught. Carson Dunn coming up, slowing him down, allowing the defense to come help, but took a while to bring down Josh Hart, who checks in at 6'5", 180 pounds, has his 11th catch of the season, and moves the chains on the 2nd down completion. He'll take it down to the 31-yard line, Roseburg's half of the field. That is a 20-yard completion for Hart. First down of the night for the Cavemen as they march into Roseburg territory, moving left to right on your radio dial. 7:35 to play here in the first quarter. 3 backs in the backfield with Blanchard. He turns and hands it off to the deep man. Spinning through the middle of the line was Trevor Reeves, the junior running back. Takes it to the 30-yard line, a pickup of just 1 on the carry. Roseburg's defense has been good against the run this season. Roseburg allowing just 68.8 yards per game on the ground to opponents. A Southwest Conference best 186.5 yards total offense for opponents against Roseburg so far this season. No team in the Southwest Conference doing better on that margin. Grants Pass, meanwhile, comes in They make their bread and butter through the air, 157 yards through the air, only 70 yards on the ground. And it's been slow going so far for them. They'll fake the handoff, look on the pass, the slant route tipped up in the air. It was a crossing route on the tight end, up off the hands for Josh Hart. Incompletion for Blanchard there, brings up 3rd down and 9. So it'll set up big third down here. Roseburg trying to get Grants Pass off the field again. This could be 4-down territory for the Cavemen, though, in a bit of no man's land. They do have an all-league kicker, though, as they turn, hand it off, and nowhere to go. Silas Kincaid from the backside closes quickly on Trevor Reeves, and he goes nowhere. In fact, loses a yard back to the 31. And Silas Kincaid with the tackle for loss, stopping Reeves for a loss of 1. Kincaid last week had 4 tackles, one of them a tackle for loss, and he gets a big one there, and it faces a 4th down and 10 now for Grants Pass, and the offense stays on the field. They do have Miles Anderson, a second-team all-league kicker last year. He will not come out to try and boot one through from the 31. Dropping back to pass, Blanchard, looking right side, had a man open, but the pass off the mark. And it's incomplete. It'll be turnover on downs. Roseburg's defense holds and gets the ball back from the Cavemen, leading 7-0. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg will have the ball at their own 31-yard line. So starting out the game, 2 for 5 for Jace Blanchard. Mentioned they get most of their yardage through the air, and he's struggling to connect with his receivers so far. Roseburg's offense comes back out. After that short field of the first time, they'll have to go 69 yards to try and complete here. 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. The offense will come out led by Marsters in shotgun. Eckel to his right, back a yard deep. Pass out on the bubble screen out to Dominic Tatone. Incomplete pass on the forward pass to Tatone. And that is a drop by the receiver there. Dom maybe thinking a little bit ahead of time on what he might do with the football. Didn't pull it in to start. Wide open on the play. Couldn't handle the football. Clock stops with 5:55 to go on the incompletion. Dominic Tatone this season has 79 yards on 9 catches and a touchdown. Also has 14 carries for 97 yards. It's going to be a carry for the quarterback. Marster swim move around a defender. He stays on his feet and inbounds. It's a foot race down the sideline at the 20, the 10. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Roseburg! 69 yards for Colton Marsters, and he puts Roseburg on top, 13-0, pending the extra point. Marsters continues to do it with his legs. That is his 7th rushing touchdown of the season, and for Colton Marsters, it's not even his longest. His longest is 79. He gets a 69-yard run there. And now the PAT from Bartlett. The kick is up, and it's through. And Roseburg leads 14-0 just in a matter of seconds. That drive took all of 19 seconds, and Roseburg's up by 2 scores. We'll take a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Roseburg football leading against Grants Pass 14-0. 2 plays, 69 yards, 19 seconds on the drive. And here in the first quarter, Roseburg leading big against the Grants Pass Cavemen. 69-yard touchdown run. The longest of the season for Colton Marsters was a 79-yarder. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the night as Bartlett now will kick away from the 40. Boots this one inside the 10. The return man for Grants Pass, Jace Jordan, takes it to the 20, pushed out at the 22. Already 82 yards on the ground on 3 carries for Colton Marsters. That's not too shabby there for Roseburg's senior quarterback. Offense will come out for Grants Pass. They will start with the football at their own, I think, 23. The offense, there's a penalty flag out. Personal foul against Grants Pass. So the ball's back at the 23-yard line. But the foul, I think, will back him up from the 23, another 15 yards. Count it off from there. So 3 carries, 82 yards for Marsters. So he's eclipsed the 500-yard mark on the season now. Let's see, 59, 539, I believe, for him on the year with the 3 carries tonight. That'll put him as Roseburg's leading rusher for the night. Caden Eckel may have something to say the rest of this evening, as he is at 526 now with his 3 carries. Blanchard brings the offense back out for Grants Pass. They'll have first down and 10. The penalty moved them all the way back to their own 11. Roseburg football here on The Score and online at 541radio.com. Brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Waiting for the officials to set the football here. They will put it down. They back into the football, just touching the 11, and they're being a little finicky on exactly where they've officially placed the ball now. Started with the tail of the football, was barely touching the 11. Then it was touching the 11. Now it's the nose of the football is touching the 11. First down snap, high but pulled down by Blanchard. Hands it off, running up the middle. Wyardi, not a lot of room to run. It's a pushing and shoving going on the backside of the play. Knocks Hubbard. And out there fighting with Kane Robinson, pushing and shoving, and Hubbard gave a late shove. The Grants Pass sideline wanted a flag. It was not overly egregious, so they don't throw a flag on it. Pickup went out to the 13-yard line on the carry by Wyardi. Picks up 2. He's got 7. Clock counting down, near 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second down and 9. Looking to pass, left side, going deep downfield. Duper in coverage, almost picked off by Carson Dunn. He had one last week where he had springs in his shoes, and I don't know how Carson Dunn, who, again, I'm not trying to pick on him, officially listed at 5'7" on the roster. I don't know how he got to it last week. There's another one he almost got to. Comes in with 2 interceptions on the season, one behind Eli Jacobs, who has 3. Is Roseburg with 6 interceptions this season, almost had one there, and it brings down third down and 9 for the Cavemen. Their offense has not been able to produce a lot of yardage here, and they're trapped deep in their own side of the field, looking to try and get the ball downfield and at least give their punter a little bit more room to work with to flip the field. Pressure from the defense up tight and running in, taking a timeout will be Roseburg coach Dave Heiberger. Didn't like what the defense saw from up in the booth. They'll call the timeout with 4:52 to go here in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here at Mel Ingram Field. Joey Keyran with you. Joining me tonight, helping out with the video production, Clayton Brelich, a former Roseburg High School football star himself. Also baseball. Covered him a couple of years ago. He's part of that class of 2020. We'll check in with him to get some of his thoughts on being back here watching Roseburg football, and much different vantage point from up here on the press box. And I'm literally mean on the press box. That wasn't an autocorrect typo. I didn't mean to say in the press box. I meant on it. We're up on the roof here tonight. It's a great vantage point, though. Good view of the field from up here. We'll check in with him back in the studio, running the radio production for us tonight. Brenton Cranford, thanks to everybody that helps make this all possible. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Well, it's a big third down here for the Cavemen. Roseburg thinks it's a big third down as well. They took the timeout to make sure they've got the right defense here. Blanchard rolling to his left. Looking downfield, goes with the intermediate route, and that will not be enough for the first down. It is complete. I think it's Hart again on the catch. It is Josh Hart. Ooh, boy, it was a lot closer than I thought. He gets it to the 20. It's going to be 4th down and a yard. Picked up 7 on the pass completion. I don't think it's going to necessarily be enough, though, to give them. Oh, they leave the offense on the field. A little surprised here. Got to be disciplined for Roseburg. And movement up on the front line for the Cavemen is the right guard that will get the flag there. Jacob Dorner is going to be called for the false start, and that will switch plans for 14-year head coach John Musser. He will bring out the offense or the punt team instead after the false start penalty. They'll move the ball back to the 15. And it makes it 4th down and 6. So that'll bring the punt unit out, it looks like. Standing at his own goal line. I believe that is Nico Madamba, I believe. The snap goes over his head. He's in the end zone. He gets tackled out of the back of the end zone, and Roseburg will get the safety. Logan Klopfenstein throws the punter out of the back of the Cavemen end zone, and it's 2 points on the board for Roseburg. And for Grants Pass, things went a little bit from bad to worse on that one. And now Roseburg on top 16-0 over Grants Pass with 4:39 to go here in the first quarter. Well, that's always the fear when you're up against your own end zone like that, is you don't have any room for error. And just threw the hands for the punter into the end zone and nowhere to go with it. Tried to pick it up and try to run away, but Klopfenstein there, got his arms around him, gave him the bear hug, and then tossed him across the end line on the end zone. Roseburg will get the ball back on the free kick here after the safety. Grants Pass will be kicking away from their own 20. Roseburg has Duper and Klopfenstein deep to return. Tatone and Gillespie are the upmen, closer up to the 45, depending on how deep this one goes. So already it's a 2-score lead if you go for the 2-point conversion, 16-0 for Roseburg here in the first quarter. Roseburg in the first half this season of games prior to tonight, they were outscoring opponents 101-13 in the first half of football games. Kickoff away. It's not going to go super deep. Goes over the head of Gillespie. That ball's still loose, and jumping on it, wisely taking the football, was Dominic Tatone. I think at the last minute, Coach Heiberger was trying to call up his deep men, Duper and Klopfenstein, thinking that they were a little bit too deep, and that was the right call, but they couldn't get up there. Tatone wisely jumping on it, not trying to return it, just securing the football. He gets good field position out at the 42-yard line. Roseburg with the ball yet again, leading 16-0, trying to really stretch things out here early and really put the pedal to the metal against Grants Pass. They've got it at their own 32. Marsters will move up Eckel another half step as he's in shotgun, trips to the right side. Shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going to go deep to Duper, has him beyond the defense, and he bobbles a sure touchdown. Oh, Landon Duper wants that one back for sure. Beautiful pass by Marsters, and Duper ran a beautiful route. He just sprinted by the defender. Deep in coverage was Raiden Takahashi. Duper had him beat, and I think he was just too wide open. Sometimes that happens. You're just too open, and he bobbled that football around, couldn't haul it in. Just go to the same play. Nope, this time they give it to Eckel. He goes through the middle, bursts through, needs a block, gets to the edge. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. He's to the 20. Behind him, pulled down at the 10. And Caden Eckel sets up Roseburg at first and goal from the 10. And on that run, he's going to take it into Grants Pass territory. That is let's see here. We'll get back to the yardage there. Eckel's going to try and take it down inside the 5. He gets spun down to the 5-yard line. So that would be a 48-yard run by Eckel. And then he backed it up with a 5-yard run. So I think he has overtaken Colton Marsters for the lead on the rushing title so far this season. Those two are going to go back and forth all season long, I think. A second down and goal from the 5 for Roseburg. Eckel to the right of Marsters, trips to the right side. Marsters going to keep it himself, just runs the same play again, and he's in, and a penalty flag is out. It's in the area of a possible hold. This one could be coming back. Things opened up for Marsters, running right side over between the guard and tackle after the fake handoff, and back to the sideline will go Jackson Bartlett. That makes me think this touchdown's coming back off the board. Roseburg called for the hold, and so that'll move him back to the 10-yard line. Well, back a little bit further than that. Spot of the foul takes it back to the 14. So we'll redo it here. Second down and goal from the 14. Marsters in the pistol with Eckel behind him. Moves to Tone from left to right. Hands it off. Eckel makes a move in the middle. Right up the middle. Swim move back to his left. And he's in this time for the touchdown. Roseburg adds another 6 to the board. And the Indians are rolling here. Backed him up a little bit. Did not matter. A TD run by Caden Eckel. And he has his 9th of the season. And Jackson Bartlett will come in to kick it through. So 14-yard run to cap off the drive here in the first quarter. High snap put down by Tatone. The kick is up and good. And Roseburg, after the safety, capitalize and add points. They lead 23-0 in the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. Come back with more of the action for you. Roseburg football leading big against Grants Pass on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. .335 to play here in the first quarter, and already Roseburg has tallied 168 yards of rushing offense in the first quarter. They lead 23-0. Big night here tonight. They've only got 14 yards passing, though, so I guess there's an area to improve. Kickoff away from Jackson Bartlett. Goes deep to the 5. The return man, Jordan, tries to take it up the right seam. Hit inside the 20. Dawson Gillespie coming in to make the stop for Roseburg. Grants Pass will have the football. 3:30 on this first quarter clock. And Grants Pass will have it at their own 18-yard line. Roseburg football tonight is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. Jace Blanchard will lead the offense back out for the Cavemen. Have to apologize to my mom. She is a Lady Caver from back in the day. A little bit of bragging rights now I got over her there. High snap pulled in by Blanchard, hands it off, dragging a defender just a bit, but just back to the line of scrimmage. And actually losing a yard back to the 17. Trevor Reeves carrying the ball on that one. Goes back to the 17. And James Coleman in on the tackle. Roseburg will set up that three-man front. They'll set up a screen into the flats to Troy Osborne. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Roseburg had plenty of guys. They couldn't get him deep, but they got him right around the line of scrimmage. Reeves makes his way upfield. I said it was Osborne, I thought, but it was Reeves. He gets back to the 18-yard line, picks up one on the catch. And again, the offense not really getting much when they get plays to go. Reeves with his first catch of the night for 1 yard. My mom must be tuning in. I get a text message, go Indians. Good to hear from you, Mom. Wished her happy birthday last Friday. I'll say it again here tonight. Blitz coming. Knox Hubbard trying to get to Blanchard. A penalty flag out. Blanchard throws it to the sticks and hits the yard marker there. Penalty flag out deep in the backfield. And this one, if Roseburg waves it off, it'd be 4th down and 10, I do believe. I don't know if they try to move them back and see if they can catch them deep in their own territory. They asked Coach Heiberger here. I was thinking of Knox Hubbard, and I think they are going to decline the penalty. It was going to be 4th down and 10 if they decline. They will, and they're going to have to put the football back to the original spot. So it will be 4th down. That was just go down as an incompletion for Blanchard as Roseburg sending some pressure. Knox Hubbard getting back there, chasing the quarterback and the front line, giving pressure, and the offense couldn't hold. They did hold. That was the problem there. And they couldn't keep them out of the backfield, the pressure on. And Roseburg will benefit from another pass play coming up, another punt here coming up from Grants Pass. Last time in this position, the snap went awry, and it was a safety. Waiting for the snap. It's a little high again, backing up, able to get it. The boot away, high end-over-end kick, not very deep, waving for the fair catch. It'll take a Grants Pass bounce and another one across the 50. And that'll work out well for the Cavemen as they'll push Roseburg back into Roseburg territory after the punt. The Indians will have it at their own 47-yard line. 1:52 to go here in the first quarter. Quick check around the Southwest Conference. Sheldon leading South after 1 quarter, 20-0. So South Medford trailing against the Irish. Being told it's the Brock Thomas show. He's the quarterback for the Irish. He's looking good up there right now. Quarterback here on Roseburg side looking pretty good here tonight. Colton Marsters leading this offense, moves to Tone in motion, turn, hands it off to Eckel. He'll bounce it out around the tackle, and he'll carry that one close to 1st down yardage inside the 45 on Grants Pass side of the field. Picks up 9 on the play. Goes to the 44 on that run. 9-yard gain for Eckel, who's now at 95 yards on 7 carries, and still the minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Handoff, Kloffenstein running on the end around, and he could not quite break free. He goes right back to the line of scrimmage, taken down for no gain. So Kloffenstein, his first carry of the night. Roseburg hasn't done it a ton. They've got some great backs in the backfield to carry the ball, and Marsters and Eckel, but they do that in around. Kloffenstein this season, not a lot of carries. Tatone has gotten a lot of those on the end arounds. Kloffenstein with 5 carries, 14 yards on the year, now 6. And the defense going to jump. And that should be a 1st down for Roseburg on the hard snap. Grants Pass will I have them down for their 3rd penalty tonight. We'll give Roseburg a 1st down as the ball goes to the 39. 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg on top 23-0. Clock will start running now that they've spotted the ball. Roseburg taking their time with the play call. At this pace, may have 1-2 plays left here in this first quarter, leading big against Grants Pass. Dropping back, looking to pass, going to go the deep route to Duper. Caught! Touchdown, Roseburg! And just before the first quarter comes to the end, the Indians will add on another one on a deep bomb to Landon Duper, making a more difficult catch than he did the first time. He hauls it in, and Roseburg is going to start pulling away from the Cavemen. Jackson Bartlett will try to put it through to make it a 30-0 lead here in the first quarter. With 13 seconds to go, a TD pass of 39 yards. The kick is away, and it's good. Marsters to Duper. 39-yard score. And Roseburg's up big, 30-0 on top of Grants Pass. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll come back with more of this one. This is not what I expected in the first quarter of tonight's ball game. Roseburg leading big on 541radio.com and on the score. Well, this is definitely, I think, a good sign for Roseburg's hopes in Southwest Conference play. Not what I was anticipating is a low line drive kick taken by one of the up men for Grants Pass, weaving his way to the near sideline. On the return, Aiden Dietz takes it to the 36 for Grants Pass. Have the ball with 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. I keep wanting to say first half the way this game has gone so far. It feels like it should be counting down to halftime. Roseburg with a 5-yard touchdown run by Marsters, a 69-yard touchdown run by Marsters, a safety, a 14-yard touchdown run by Eckel, and now a 39-yard touchdown pass from Marsters to Duper. And they lead 30-0 here in the first. 6 seconds to go. Offense on the field for Grants Pass. Snap pulled in by Blanchard, turns, hands it over, he keeps it himself, passes out the far side. Good fake, had me fake, but the penalty flag is out, going to the far side of the field. That is Jace Jordan. I keep thinking that's number 8. These numbers always trip me up here with the Grants Pass jerseys. Number 9, Jace Jordan, but a penalty flag back at the 36-yard line. That is the line of scrimmage. First quarter comes to an end, and I think we're going to figure out the penalty when we come back for the second. At the end of one, Roseburg leads 30-0 on top of Grants Pass. Back after a 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Med. Has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Well, the student section is, well, they are still believing. They won't stop believing. They're hoping the Cavemen have a big rally in them here tonight. They've got a big hill to climb as we welcome you back here to Mel Ingram Field, where Roseburg had a huge first quarter, putting up 30 points on the board. And they lead 30-0 against the Cavemen as we start the second quarter. Now, we are waiting to find out the penalty, and actually I think we're getting one untimed down here to end the first quarter because we haven't flopped sides of the field. They backed it up. It's to the 25-yard line. Going to be a keeper for Blanchard. He finds some open room, will slide down. So they do make it a penalty. He'll get close to the original line of scrimmage, so they backed him up to the... They put it to the 25 on that penalty. And then the carry by Blanchard takes it to the 35. And now we will end the first quarter. So we'll keep it right here. We already took our first quarter break, so we'll keep it right here. We'll get ready to start the second quarter after that one untimed down, a 10-yard pickup on the ground for Blanchard, his first official carry of the night. Well, it gives us a moment here to take a look at some of the scores. We mentioned the South Medford trailing against Sheldon 20-0 at the end of the first quarter. Here's one from the 8-man football level. Actually, this would be 6-man football. Elkton defeating Northlake today, 53-13. Big win there, thanks to Josh Nelson, who's tuning in and following the action with us from the East Coast tonight. Hope that he's doing well. He's working the late shift, so he's got nothing better to do than watch some Roseburg football with us. We'll flip sides of the fields, 12 minutes up on the board here in the second quarter. Grants Pass starts with it at their own 34-yard line. They'll try to run it to the far side, and a penalty flag comes out late. It's Wyardi who ran the ball, and he took it to the 36-yard line. Klopfenstein probably going to get called for the late hit out of bounds. He had him out of bounds, then continued to spin him and flung him out into his own sideline. Wyardi carrying it for all of 2 yards, but the penalty will add on at the end of the play. So he takes it to the 36. Pickup of 1. So it was a pickup of 1. They started at the 35. Now the Roseburg penalty moves it to the Roseburg 49. Wyardi with the 1-yard run. He's got 8 yards on 4 carries. In shotgun, Blanchard now. First down and 10 after the penalty. Looking to pass. Pump fake once. Looking downfield. Pressure coming. Steinacre flushes him out of the pocket. Coleman running and just throwing at the feet of an intended receiver. Smart play there by Jace Blanchard. Only a junior, his first year starting at quarterback, and stretches that play. Tried to see if anything would open up for him, and nothing really developed. And before he ran out of bounds, threw it at the feet of one of his receivers to just make sure he didn't get the sack or knocked out of bounds, and live to see another down here. A crisp night here in Grants Pass. The wind picking up once again with us here. Sun has set. Looking at 63 degrees right now here in Grants Pass. Second down and 10 from the 49. Roseburg's half. Quick pass out to the far side. Goes through the hands of the receiver. That intended for Aiden Dietz. Another incomplete pass. It's going to be third down and 10. Now on the night. 4 of 12 through the air for Jace Blanchard, who came in. He was connecting on 55 and 96 through the air coming into tonight. That is a 57% completion rate. We'll set up here, needing a complete one for 10 yards or more to try and move the chains. The ball at midfield. Quick pass again. They go on the tunnel screen. It goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 49 on Grant's pass half of the field. Klopfenstein getting in there to make the tackle on Jackson Tunick. So they'll go back across the 50, losing 2 yards on the completion. And the punt unit will come out. Dunn deep to return. Carson Dunn this season. Punt returns, he's averaging just 4.1 yards on a return. He's returned 8 punts. He hasn't really had a lot that he's been able to really break free on. Good kick here. High spiraling kick takes it all the way down to the 17. Fair catch made by Dunn. And Roseburg will take over with the football with 10:59 to go in the first half. They have the ball at their own 17-yard line, leading 30-0. Stick around for the halftime show. We'll recap the first half of tonight's game. We'll also get you some statistics and try and pass along any score updates that we can find to send your direction. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Marsters moves to Tone in motion, fakes the handoff, a little confusion, now gets it to Eckel, and he just weaves his way forward for a short gain out to the 19-yard line. That play looked like it wasn't run the way it was designed. think Marsters might have been looking for Eckel on the other side of him, and I'm not sure if things went right with the motion man, but they still pick up positive yardage to the 19. That's a 2-yard gain for Eckel, who is closing in on 100 yards tonight. Roseburg already over 100 yards rushing this evening. Shotgun snap, they stack it up on either side, and it's a give to Eckel, and some indecision, it looked like, on that play by Marsters as whether or not he wanted to give or keep on the option play. And on this drive, we're starting to see Roseburg look a little bit more human. After a first quarter that saw him put up 30 points on the board and had already over 100 yards rushing, they come out here and a little bit stagnant on a couple of run plays. They move back to the 18. Loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down and a long 9. Rolling to his left is Marsters, looking downfield. Going to go. He's got Kloffenstein, but overthrew him. Not a terrible pass, but just a little outside the reach of Logan Kloffenstein. And the incompletion will make it 4th down. And Roseburg on a drive starting deep in their own territory, leading big, trying a couple of things there. Couldn't quite get any of them to work. And they will send out the punt unit for the first time tonight. That brings out Dawson Gillespie, the right-footed kicker. Usually goes with the rugby style. Gillespie averaging 21 yards per punt this season. Sets up at his own 7-yard line. Kick away. Nice boot, waving for the fair catch. The return man will take it at the 45. For Grants Pass, that's Asher Wyardi. So Grants Pass will have it. Not much time run off the clock there by Roseburg with that possession. Burning off all of a minute 26. Ball at the 45. 1st down and 10 for the Cavemen, as their offense will come back out for a second time here in the second quarter. Roseburg football brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or call them at 672-5701. Well, the Cavemen trying to get on the board before the end of the first half. Have some of their best starting field position of the night. 3 backs in the backfield with Blanchard. He'll turn and hand it to the deep man. The extra blockers cannot keep Roseburg out of the backfield. And the Indians come up with a stop, although slow to get up. That is Tiger Black. He doesn't want to come off the field. He'll limp to his spot, jogs it off, and again for Tiger Black. Tiger Black, part of a group of tacklers to get in and make it a tackle for loss back to the 44 on the carry by Reeves. There's a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Shotgun snap, Blanchard with the 3 blockers staying in to try and help, but that means not a lot of targets downfield, and he's going to get ridden back, takes him all the way back inside the 30. That'll drop him all the way. They'll give him the 30-yard line. That is a loss of 14 on the ground on the sack by Kloffenstein. Interesting score update from our friend Matt Bagley at the South Medford and Sheldon game tonight. South Medford's rallied back. They lead 21-20 midway through the second quarter after being down 20-0 at the end of the first. What a night. 8:08 and counting. Now it is 3rd down and 25 for the Cavemen. They'll air it out, looking to pass deep downfield. Had a man wide open, fight for it, and winning the battle. Jackson Tunic's going to move the chains. He won the 50-50 ball against Eli Jacobs, takes it to the Roseburg 35. A nice adjustment on the pass to come down with the football. I thought for sure that Jacobs was going to be in great position on that one, but Tunic fighting for it. The junior came in tonight with 20 catches for 317 yards and 2 touchdowns. He comes down with a big one there. That'll be a 35-yard completion through the air. They'll run quickly. Reeves going right side. Slips through the grasp of Hayden Snyder. Nearly took him down at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for a gain of about 4. So the run goes to the 31. Pick up a 4. On the ground for Reeves. Sets up in the pistol. Blanchard handed off, running left side. Reeves finds some room here. Into the secondary, tracked down from behind. James Coleman will make a touchdown saving tackle. And into the red zone goes Grants Pass down to the 11. And Roseburg can't take their foot off the pedal just yet. Grants Pass trying to get some points on the board and hopefully avoid a running clock in the second half. Again, the pistol formation, trips to the right side in a diamond formation. It's a keeper for Blanchard, running right, looking downfield. Nobody open, trying to point towards the end zone. Lost it that direction, tipped up, out of bounds, and incomplete. And that'll bring up second down. They're at the 11, so they can get the first down inside the 1. 6:32 to play here in the second quarter. 30-0 here in the first half. Not the largest lead Roseburg's had in the first half of a ball game this season. They led 37-0 at halftime against Mountain View in week 2 of the season. Off the trainer's table, Tiger Black looking good. We might have a chance to see him back in this game in the first half. I don't think that they plan on resting him. One of the anchors to the defensive line for the Indians. Second down and 10 from the 11. Blanchard claps his hands, waits for the snap, fake the handoff, goes on the quick pass route. It's picked off in the end zone by Kloffenstein. He'll bring it out at the 10, cuts back to the middle of the field, tucks the ball in, and takes it out to the 23. Roseburg with their first takeaway of the night, and they've got their 7th interception of the season. And Kloffenstein with the step in front. Just read that seam route perfectly, and he pulls it away. First turnover of the night for Grants Pass. And Kloffenstein with his first interception of the season. And that'll set up Roseburg with 6:21 in the first half. They've got the football at their own 23. And the defense will jump. So a 23-yard return on the interception by Kloffenstein, his first of the season. And Roseburg now with 8 turnovers, 8 takeaways on the year. They were tied for first in the Southwest Conference after non-conference play with a +2 turnover margin. 7 takeaways, 5 turnovers. And they will add to that margin, now +3 with the takeaway tonight. So on the penalty by Grants Pass, on the encroachment, there's some conversation going on with the officials here. At first it kind of looked like they might have been talking with Roseburg's offensive line. A couple other officials have been huddled up talking for a while. The white cap will go check in with them. So the penalty should make it 1st and 5. And put the ball at the 28-yard line. Now they're going to move the ball back. And conversation with Coach Heiberger and one of the officials here. So now they're marking the penalty off against Roseburg. Apparently, not sure if Roseburg must have done something to lure the defense offside there. They had a false start in there somewhere. Nobody knows where the football's supposed to be. Roseburg's offensive line keeps going back and forward, back and forward. So instead of a Grants Pass penalty, it'll be a Roseburg penalty back to the 18-yard line. And now looking to the sideline is Marster wanting the play. Surprised that Roseburg doesn't try and maybe burn a timeout here to get things straight. They still have time on the play clock. They'll move Eckel to the left of Marster. Trips to the left side. It's 1st down and 15 now for Roseburg. going to be a keeper for Marshers. Goes left side. He's got such great speed. He's into open field. He's at the 50, the 40. It's a foot race, and no one's going to catch him. It's a touchdown, Colton Marsters. This one's going to go for 82 yards, his longest of the season, and that doubles his yardage on the night. He had 82 on 3 carries. He's got 164 on 4 carries tonight. Oh, my goodness. The senior is something special. An 82-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters, and Roseburg's on top 36-0 in the first half. And the PAT is no good, so it'll stay 36-0. Let's go ahead and take a quick 30-second break as we catch our breath after the big run by Colton Marsters. Roseburg leads against Grants Pass 36-0 with 6:07 to go in the first half of tonight's ball game on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Bit at 35 or more. Well, 3 touchdowns runs in the first half for Colton Marsters, and he's got 164 yards on the night on 4 carries. His smallest run of the night was a 5-yard touchdown run on Roseburg's first drive of the evening. Other than that, he's got a small 69-yarder and now an 82-yarder, his new longest mark of the year, topping a 79-yard run early on in the season. What a night. Well, if this score holds into halftime, Roseburg would have a running clock against Grants Pass for the second half. The kickoff goes to the 20, then bounces out of bounds. Penalty flag out as Grants Pass will get the football. 6:07 to play. Needless to say, Colton Marsters has come out and looked like he has something to prove, man. That guy is fast. He makes, it's more than just speed. I mean, he can obviously beat you with his legs, but he's done a lot with his mind this season as well. First year playing quarterback, and he told me when we spoke on Wednesday, he didn't really even want to take over the position, but after getting into it, he started to figure out the running it, and I'd say that he has done a good job of figuring out how to be a quarterback to lead an offense this season. Blanchard will come out, claps for the snap, passes it out to the near side. Quick pitch, caught, sidestepping around a couple of defenders. Jace Jordan will take it for good yardage out to the 42. The pass play will pick up 7 through the air for Blanchard on his 17th attempt of the night. Up to 64 yards. .540 and counting here in the first half. Grants Pass looked like they were charging for points, and then Jace Blanchard, on his last possession, throwing the interception in the end zone to Logan Kloffenstein to keep the shutout going. Roseburg shut out McMinnville last week. Trying to see if they can repeat it again here this week. High snap, pulled down, goes to Wyardi. He has the first down. He's across the 50, and Kloffenstein will rip off Wyardi's shoe. And that could have been a touchdown-saving tackle as well. As Grants Pass offense starting to move guys around a little bit, opening up some space. Now just trying to finish off a drive. They move it to the 46, Roseburg's half of the field. That is a 12-yard pickup on the longest run of the night for him. First down and 10. Clock ticking down to 5 minutes to play first half. They'll set up with 2 backs in the backfield. A fullback to the right of Blanchard in shotgun. Reeves is the deep man behind him. 2 targets to the wide side of the field as the ball sits on the left hash mark. They look to the sideline for the new play. Take their time here. Clock continues to tick. Now calls for the snap. Blanchard dropping back, looking to his left. Now looking to his left again, and his pass is nicely caught by Coach Heiberger on the sideline. He's showing off some nice hands there. I think he used to be a defensive back in college, I think, if I remember correctly. A long time ago is what I'm being told. So an incompletion stops the clock for Blanchard and the Cavemen. 4:38 to go here in the first half. Roseburg football tonight here on The Score, brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Give them a call at 672-5701. Fullback to the left of the formation this time. Offset I. They hand it up the middle. Penalty flag comes out from the near sideline right to the middle of the offensive line. It was a gain of 1 at most. But we'll see what the penalty flag will indicate. And the indication looks like it might be against Grants Pass here. It could back them back up into their own half of the field. And they do start backing up. Penalty flag against Grants Pass. So that will take them back 10 yards. Look like a low block. They go back to their own 41-yard line. So a 10-yard loss on the play. It'll make it second down. And we've got to get to the Roseburg 36-yard line. They're at their own 41. So that would be about 24 yards to try and go there. That's what the scoreboard says as well. Good. I'm glad my math was correct. Second down, 24, clock running. 36-0, Roseburg in front. Looking to pass. Stepping up, Blanchard's going to take off and run, and he'll slide baseball style out to the 40. Ooh, they give him up at the 43-yard line. He ended up at the 45. I thought he'd get a little bit more. They only give him the 43 on the run. That's a 2-yard pickup for the quarterback. And that'll make it third down and 22. Grants Pass, punt, turnover on down, safety, punt, interception in the end zone. And this drive here, that is how the drive chart goes for them so far in the first half. 3:27 and counting. They face third down and long. Blitz coming by Roseburg, picked up, enough time to get the pass out, and slipping a tackle, but taken down short of the first down. Tunick taken down by Colton Marsters, about 3 yards shy of the first down. They get it to the 39 on Roseburg's half of the field. So Tunick with the reception. That is an 18-yard pickup through the air, up to the line quickly. On fourth down and 3. They look to the sideline. Reeves, the deep man. Tunick on the near side. He's had the big catches tonight. High snap, pull it down. Reeves up the middle at the line of scrimmage, tries to fall forward, and Roseburg's defense will hold. It's a turnover on downs. Only getting to the 38-yard line. Only a pickup of 1, needed 3. And a Grants Pass will give the ball back to Roseburg. They nearly got it. Facing third down and 20, or fourth down, or make it was second down and 22, I think. They picked up 18. And then on fourth down and short, they could not make it happen. I guess it would have been third down and 22. They got the 18. 2:40 to go in the first half of the ball game. The ball at the 32-yard line, or excuse me, not the 32, counting the wrong direction, 37. Roseburg's half of the field. Offense out there already leading big. It's going to be up the middle for Eckel. Stays on his feet. Just an absolute bowling ball. He's one of those guys who just does not go down. Takes that ball out to the 45. They'll pick up 8. Eight-yard pickup puts Eckel at 104 on the night. Makes it his fifth consecutive 100-yard rushing night of the season. A give to Eckel. Ooh, spin move out of one tackle, and then he got crunched. Coming up to make the hit was Vainuku Johnson. Tahalo making the stop at the 41. and an injury on the Grants Pass side. And I think it's the tackler, Vainuku Johnson, is grabbing at one of his feet, I think. He might be cramping up a little bit there. I'm not sure, but he's doubled over. Let me double check here. I don't want to be. Yeah, that is Tahalo Vainuku Johnson. It's his right arm that's dangling. It's not a leg issue. His right shoulder giving him pain there. And that says something because he came in and laid a hit on Caden Eckel, but is the tackler that goes out. And Eckel has been a tough guy to bring down, and looks like he carried a load there. He took it out to the 46, a pickup of 1 on the carry. Makes it 3rd down and about a long 1 yard to try and pick up here for Roseburg. Minute 43 and counting in the first half. If Roseburg takes this lead into halftime, it's a running clock for the second half. Marsters in shotgun. Needing just 1 yard to pick up. And movement on the right side of the line. That is going to be Daniel Thomas that kind of rocked a little bit. He didn't move much, didn't pick up his hand, but he rocked just a little bit. I got to imagine that in that situation, Roseburg's coaching staff said, look, we want to work on this. We want to make you guys be perfect at this. We're going to run a hard snap here on 3rd and 1 and see if you can stay disciplined and not jump. If it was a more dire situation to try and get the first down 1 yard, I think they probably would have just tried to run for it, but they wanted to, I think, work on it there with a big lead. And unfortunately, Roseburg caught with a little bit of movement up on the line. It wasn't a lot. So the penalty moves him back to the 41. And Roseburg will take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. As the Roseburg Indians lead 36-0 on top of Grants Pass with 1:02 to go in the first half. Hey, tonight's game sponsored by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Also, tonight's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. And don't forget about our friends at B&D Meats. Whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. Well, we've got you covered here on The Score with high school football tonight. Over on I-101 FM, Dan Bain is bringing you Sutherland football. He made the long trek to Lakeview, where the Bulldogs take on the Honkers. That is a cross-classification matchup. The Sutherland Bulldogs out of the 3A classification, the Lakeview Honkers out of the 2A classification. Lakeview, though, undefeated, ranked number 2 in the 2A classification, so big matchup there for the Bulldogs as they try to rebound after a tough loss at Warrenton last week. So that game over on I-101 FM tonight. We'll try and check in on a score on that one, plus other scores coming up at halftime. 3rd down and 6 now after the penalty for Roseburg. Ball on the right, hash mark at the 41. 2 targets to the left side. They'll move Klopfenstein in motion left to right. The pass set up. They tried to go with the screen. It's picked off, a one-handed pickoff by Josh Hart, and he will barrel his way to the 15-yard line. Josh Hart got a hand up there and made a spectacular one-handed interception, and he takes it down to the 15 and sets up Grants Pass with a chance to try and avoid the running clock in the second half. Grants Pass will have it with 52 seconds to play, and they have it at the Roseburg 15. Just the 3rd interception thrown by Marsters this season, and if not for the great play, obviously that ball might have been incomplete. It might have gotten over. He had his intended target, Caden Eckel, just on the other side of the defender, but a great play by Hart to give Grants Pass a chance in the red zone here. Blanchard in shotgun with Wyarty to his right. Wyarty gets it, running left side, and he'll slip out of a tackle, stays on his feet. He'll get to the 15 and out of bounds. Roseburg had him stopped for a loss of yardage back behind the 15, and instead he'll take it inside the 10 down to the 9 on the carry. Good second effort by the ball carrier, Asher Wyarty. So his run picks up 6 yards. Clock ticking. Well, he went out of bounds, so 44 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Pistol formation, Wyarty the deep man. Hart Dietz and Jordan spread out to the wide side of the field. Here on the near side is Tunick as they all stare to the sideline looking for the call. Clock is stopped, so still 3 timeouts in this first half for Grants Pass. Looking to pass, looking right side, has a man wide open. Touchdown, Grants Pass. Well, they ran the perfect play, a bit of a crossing route, and the out man to the far side, a long throw, but the touchdown pass is good. They turn the interception into points. And Jace Blanchard finds his man for the score. Now for the PAT will be Miles Anderson. The PAT is up and good. And so that with 39 seconds left to go in the first half, it is Grants Pass now on the board, trailing 36-7. We'll come back after a quick 30-second break, and then we'll get you ready for the final few seconds of the first half here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name is Tiffany Parker, and I have been a part of the Roseburg community for my entire life. I am devastated to tell you that just shy of a week ago, I lost someone dear to me, a very special family friend, to COVID-19. I realize that the topic of vaccination is a sensitive one. It's a very personal choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
There's a 9-yard touchdown grab by Josh Hart. That gets Grants Pass on the board for the first time tonight. The kickoff goes to the 15-yard line. Logan Klopfenstein with it up the middle. He'll take it out to the 43, 44-yard line. They'll spot him down at the 43. And well, here comes a big question. What does Roseburg want to do with 31 seconds left in the ball game? Do they want to take a comfortable 36-7 lead into the half? Or do they want to try and force the running clock for the second half of this ball game? We will see what they decide to draw up on the first play here of this possession. Roseburg with it with 31 seconds. In shotgun is Marsters. Eckel to his right. It's a keeper for Marsters. Going to run near side. He'll go out of bounds, stretching the football out close to the 47 there. That is where they'll put him out. That's going to be a pickup of 4. So the clock stops with 26 seconds to go as the ball carried out of bounds. Second down and 6. Horton, the near man, trips to the far side of the field. Klopfenstein in the slot. Marsters waits for the snap. Going to keep it himself again. Goes right side. He's got good speed to the sideline. Look out. Here he goes again. His 4th one of the first half. And in for the touchdown goes Colton Marsters. This time it's going to be a 53-yard touchdown run. No laundry on the field. The touchdown will stand. Oh, boy. The young man has 4 in the first half, and he has over 200 yards of rushing offense in one half of play. 230 on the ground in the first half. The PAT is up and good from Jackson Bartlett. So that is now 43. So fast I didn't even get the score up there. 43-7 now. That took 2 plays, 57 yards, and they needed all of 12 seconds. Right? 22 seconds they needed for that drive. 2 plays, 57 yards, 22 seconds. They score. It's 43-7. We're not even to halftime just yet. I try to play it down the center most of the time. Don't try to sound too one-sided, but this has been a dominating first half by Roseburg. "91 yards through the air tonight for Jace Blanchard. He'll have 17 seconds. We'll see if they try to force it downfield. So Roseburg right now staying around their average with only giving up 6.5 points a game as the kickoff goes out of bounds at the 35. So they might take it right there. Don't know if they try and make them kick it again. So we came in, what did I say it was? 101-13 in the first half for Roseburg this season. Yeah, Roseburg outscoring opponents 101-13 in the first half. So let's do a little bit of simple math here. That'd be 144-20 now in the first half of football games for Roseburg this season. The numbers we're seeing are just, they're things that we haven't seen Roseburg do in quite some time. And it's quite fun to watch. 17 seconds on the clock. The kick went out of bounds. The decision is to put the football at the 40. And they will move it to the left hash mark. So 40-yard line. You might have a couple of attempts to try and go downfield. We've seen Jackson Tunick come up with a couple of big plays. It's a 35-point margin is where you get to the running clock. If you go into halftime with a 35-point margin, or if you get the score to a 35-point lead at all in the second half, you get to a running clock and you can't reverse it. So we learned that at Mountain View earlier this season. Jace Blanchard in shotgun, going to make a quick pass near side. It is caught and out of bounds, a pickup of about 12 for Jace Jordan. That'll go to the 48 on Roseburg's half of the field. Pickup of 12. And that'll put Blanchard over 100 yards passing tonight at 103. Clock stopped at 12 seconds on the play out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the Roseburg 48. Looking to pass. They just go with the same quick route down the sideline, making a juke move, then stepping out of bounds. It'll be another first down carry. Goes down to the 36. And it's another 12-yard pass play. Grant's pass just going with this little dink and dunk down the sideline, eating up yardage. They've taken only 10 seconds off the clock to do it, and they're going to take a timeout here. They'll burn one of their 3 first-half timeouts here. So it's definitely been a surprising start to this ball game here tonight. At halftime, Sheldon is over South Medford 27-23. Back and forth first half there between the Irish and the Panthers. And also looking at Bend is ahead of North Medford 14-6 at halftime. So it's going to be a real interesting Southwest Conference season this year. And you can't completely go against what one team did against another team and what that team did against somebody, trying to find connections with opponents and whatnot. But I know Bend was a team that I want to say this Grants Pass team lost 27-7 against Bend. North Medford losing to Bend at halftime. So, if Roseburg's doing this against Grants Pass and they lost to Bend 27-7 and Bend's on top of North Medford 14-6, you try to make connections. I don't know if they're there or not. We'll see when the games play out there. Out of the timeout, Roseburg will burn their final timeout of the first half. So that's an interesting score there from other games going on in Southwest Conference tonight. You have South Medford at Sheldon, Bend at North Medford. Only South Medford and Sheldon playing a conference game outside of Roseburg and Grants Pass. So some score updates there. 43-7 our score here. Roseburg on top. We're waiting for everybody to finish out with their timeouts. Here come the Cavemen out of their timeout huddle on the far side. in the blue, moving right to left on your radio dial. There are 7 seconds left to go here in the first half. They have the ball at the Roseburg 36. They have maybe 1 or 2 shots towards the end zone here. Rolling to his right is Blanchard. Looking downfield, has a streaker going wide open. Caught, touchdown, Jackson Tunick. And we won't have a running clock in the second half now. They hit the big play. Grant's pass will get a 36-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Tunick, another big grab. And that'll bring out Miles Anderson to put the PAT through. Second touchdown pass of the first half for Jace Blanchard. The PAT kick is up and through. So we had Roseburg got the football with 39 seconds to go. Actually, Grant's pass got the football with 52 seconds to go in this first half. They scored a touchdown on 2 plays. They got it at Roseburg's 15-yard line, so it was only a 15-yard drive. Roseburg then got it. They returned the ball out to the 43. They had 39 seconds. They go 2 plays and score. Then Grant's pass with 17 seconds. They go 3 plays and they score. So in the final minute of this first half, we've had 3 touchdowns. Kind of silliness going on here. And it looks like they're going to say that wraps up the first half, I guess. Probably should pay attention to what's happening here. I think it is homecoming night, so we may have a bit of an extended halftime show. But we are at the break. So we'll take a timeout and come back with your halftime show. A touchdown pass from Grant's pass to finish off the first half, and our score at the break is 43-14. The Cavemen able to avoid the running clock for the second half and keep their hopes of a big comeback after the break alive. We'll go ahead and take the break. When we come back, it's your halftime show. We'll recap the first half, an exciting one with a lot of back and forth. We return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Well, we welcome you back here to Grants Pass High School, where tonight we've had a bit of a firework event here this evening. I know the scoreboard a little lopsided, but we've seen plenty from both sides here tonight as we welcome you into our halftime show. I'm Joey Kieran hanging out here with you tonight from Mel Ingram Field in Grants Pass, turning into a crisp one tonight. It is homecoming as the homecoming courts announced out on the field. The young ladies all in their in their evening gowns here tonight, looking sharp, led out there by some of the gentlemen here, and I think led out by their dads is who that is out there. Joey Keyran here joining you, helping me out here tonight. Former Roseburg Indian, Clayton Brelage, joining me here. We'll hear from him here in a little bit, I think. Going to try and get some of his thoughts, give him his first chance to be on the radio with me here. Back in the studio, Brenton Cranford running the radio production for us here tonight. It is a 43-14 lead at halftime. Quite the barrage we had to finish out the first half. In the final 52 seconds, we had all of 7 plays run and had 3 touchdowns scored. So, yeah, that was something. It has been a ball game here tonight. Roseburg came out firing, though. They score on every possession in the first quarter. A 5-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters would lead off the scoring here tonight. For Marsters, it was his first of 3 touchdown runs in the first half. 5-yard run, the kick by Jackson Bartlett was good. 7-0, Roseburg in front in the first quarter. Turnover on downs by Grants Pass, gave it back to Roseburg, and it took 2 plays. They go 69 yards. It all comes on 1 touchdown run by Colton Marsters, his second TD of the night. And the 69-yard carry made it 14-0 on the extra point by Bartlett. And Roseburg in front. On the ensuing possession, Grants Pass got trapped in their own territory, tried to punt in front of their own end zone. Bobble on the snap, picked it up in the end zone, got tackled across the back of the end zone line, and out of bounds. Logan Kloffenstein coming up to make the stop. Safety gave Roseburg a 16-0 lead. Roseburg would get the ball after the safety, and they would take it downfield. Needed only 3 plays. They got it at their own 42, so they go 58 yards on 3 plays. It finished off with a 14-yard touchdown run by Caden Eckel, the sophomore, getting his 9th touchdown run of the season, and he's had a touchdown in every game so far this year. That made it 23-0 on the Bartlett PAT. Roseburg will get one more touchdown before the end of the first quarter. This time a 39-yard touchdown strike from Marsters to Duper. Duper dropped a sure touchdown earlier in the drive, or actually in a different drive in that first quarter. This time he hauled it in, had to really reach for it, and he gets it from 39 yards out. The Bartlett PAT made it 30-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Roseburg had to punt for the first time. Grants Pass, though, would throw an interception. Kloffenstein stopping the scoring drive, picking off the quarterback, Jace Blanchard, in the end zone, returning it 23 yards. Roseburg would then need 1 play. They actually got backed up on a penalty, and that gave Colton Marsters even more room to run. He broke off an 82-yard touchdown run, his longest of the season, and the PAT was missed. That made it 36-0. Roseburg would get picked off on their next drive on a screen play, tried to set it up. A great one-handed grab by Josh Hart, and that gave a short field to Grants Pass, and Hart would get it again, this time on a wide-open pass to the end zone. Jace Blanchard found him from 9 yards out. The kick was good by Miles Anderson, made it 36-7 as Grants Pass got on the board. It looked like maybe not enough time to do anything more. No. We still had 39 seconds. There was enough time for 2 more touchdowns before halftime. Roseburg got the ball at their own 43, go 57 yards on 2 plays, including a 53-yard touchdown run by, Colton Marsters. His 4th. I guess I said 3 that he had in the first half. It was his 4th. I was covering one with my hand. Go figure. His 4th touchdown run comes from 53 yards out. The PAT by Bartlett made it 43-7. And then it looked like Roseburg had a chance to get to a running clock in the second half yet again. Nope. Grants Pass goes 3 plays, 60 yards, a touchdown pass from Blanchard, this time connecting with Jackson Tunick as time expired in the first half. 36 yards out. The PAT was good, and our score at the break, 43-14. That's a lot of touchdowns in the first half of the ball game. We'll come back and try and get you a rundown of the stats from the first half of this one. Roseburg, a big first half. We'll get some details on that for you. Plus, we'll try and check some other scores going on around the Umpqua Basin here tonight and in the Southwest Conference. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll come back from Grants Pass High School, Mel Ingram Field, where the band is coming out to start performing for us here tonight on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Well, we welcome you back at halftime as the Grants Pass Marching Band out there putting on quite the performance. They've got the flag team out there as well. They always have something interesting that they've got going on. Remember, one of the big ones I remember a couple of years ago, they had like, I don't know, it's like the dome things with all the angles that they had. It's like with the stuff you see at the playgrounds, but they love to have fun with structures and things in their performances here. But they're doing another great show out there here for us tonight. Here at halftime from Grants Pass High School, it is homecoming night. And Roseburg kind of spoiling the party a little bit here, leading 43-14. Let's go ahead and look at your first half statistics. We always start with the visiting team. That would be your Roseburg Indians in the first half. Colton Marsters was just 2 of 6 through the air. He did have a touchdown pass from 39 yards out, but also threw an interception. So 2 of 6 for 53 yards, a touchdown and an interception for Marsters. The 2 completions going to Landon Duper for the touchdown and Logan Klopfenstein for a 14-yard grab. On the ground tonight, 11 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown for Caden Eckel. His longest run was a 48-yard run on his 4th carry of the night. And then you've got Colton Marsters, who is an offense all to himself. He is actually on the ground. He has accumulated more yards than Grants Pass has as a team in the first half. A total of 6 carries for 230 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half for Colton Marsters. Yes, you heard me correctly there. 230 yards on 6 carries in the first half for Colton Marsters. I've got Roseburg down for 388 yards total in the first half. That is only about 20 yards shy of their season average of 407. For Grants Pass, through the air, that would be 23 attempts, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception for Jace Blanchard. 151 yards. He is connected with Jackson Tunick 5 times for 83 yards and a score. Jace Jordan has 3 catches for 31 yards, and Josh Hart has 3 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. Also, Trevor Reeves had 1 catch for a single yard. On the ground, Asher Wyardi has 6 carries, 26 yards, and Trevor Reeves has 8 carries, 10 yards, 2 carries, and 12 yards for Jace Blanchard, the quarterback. I've got Grants Pass down for a total of 199 yards in the first half of tonight's ball game. That is a look at your stats. We'll go ahead and take another break here as we continue on with Roseburg football. When we come back, we'll try and get you some scores, and we'll get a chance to check in with former Roseburg Indian Clayton Brelich joining us here tonight, helping out with the video camera. But I brought him along to share some thoughts as well because he knows what it's like to put on the orange and black and be down there on the field here at Mel Ingram Field. We'll talk more about that and his impressions of Roseburg football here in the fall of 2021. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Also by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Don't forget about Dr. Lance and Randall. Accepting new patients. Give them a call now at 541-378-6694. And we'd like to thank Bigfoot Beverages, a locally owned family business, proud sponsor of local sports and focused on community events. We take another break and come back with the rest of your halftime show as the Grants Pass Marching Band continues to perform out here at halftime. 43-14 your score. Roseburg up big over Grants Pass. Second half coming up when we return on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back here at halftime as we sit high atop on the press box here as the Roseburg Indians leading against Grants Pass 43-14. Taking a quick look at a couple of games of note for you here tonight. Most of our scores coming in from the 1A classification. North Douglas leading Yoncalla 20-0 at halftime in that matchup earlier tonight. That is a big rivalry North County matchup there. And North Douglas Warriors, they were into the polls at number 8 in the latest rankings. They are showing why as they lead against Yoncalla. That score from a little while ago, though. Also, we had from Douglas County. Click on the right thing here. Camas Valley winning against Days Creek 54-6, the final score there. And also, we told you earlier, Elkton defeating North Lake 53-13. And from the Southwest Conference, mid-second quarter, last score we had reported, actually at halftime. These are two halftime scores from the Southwest Conference. Sheldon, after a back-and-forth first half with South Medford, they led 20-0, then they were down 21-20, and then going into the halftime break, it was Sheldon over South 27-23. That should be an exciting second half there. And that one was in Eugene at Sheldon High School. And then at North Medford tonight, Bend was leading at halftime over the Black Tornado 14-6. If you've got scores you want to pass along to us, we'd love to hear them. Feel free to reach out to us on the 541 radio app. You can post scores for us there and listen to the game as it continues on. You can also hit us up on Twitter. You can tweet at us with the hashtag UmpquaPreps and tweet at search 1490 The Score. You'll find our Twitter account. It's just KSKR The Score on Twitter there. But we'll try and pass along scores coming up in the postgame show. Also stick around in the postgame show. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. I've always said this as we welcome into the broadcast booth, not really a booth, but welcome in Clayton Brelich, former Roseburg Indian, class of 2020, played on this football team back in the day. Clayton, I always say that I like to share around the wealth because our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game gets a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza. They're on Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. And, I don't want to load up one guy with, like, hundreds of dollars of pizza. But at the same time, right now, it is hard to pick anybody other than Colton Marsters after the first half he has. 230 yards rushing offense, 4 rushing touchdowns. Your first chance to see him in person, it sounds like. I know you've caught a couple of video streams here. What do you think of this Roseburg Indians football team, man?
It's great to see him 4-0 for the first time in a little while. But Colton Marsters running around the field, he just takes off and nobody can catch him. So it's been great to watch him. They spread out the field pretty good, and once he gets going, no one's going to catch him. So.
Oh man, he's been a tough guy to track down all season long. Came in averaging or already had over 450 yards on the season, and tonight he's adding a lot to that here this evening. Roseburg's duo out of the backfield going now over 1,000 yards combined on the season as they both have good nights going and are really piling up. They've got 335 yards on the ground together with Caden Eckel and Colton Marsters. The sophomore looks like he's got a bright future in front of him, but he always gives credit to his offensive line, and you were a guy that played some offensive line in your day in football. You played on the defensive side, so you know what makes a good offensive lineman. What have you thought about the big guys up front for Roseburg?
Man, you always got to give them credit. I see a lot of communication out there. They're all pointing out who they got, and they're just doing a great job keeping the holes open and giving the running back and Colton Marsters plenty of room to run around. And what I've enjoyed the most is I've seen them just communicate the whole time. When I played, there's a little bit, but when I'm watching them, they're constantly talking. That's what you need with the team.
And that's interesting you bring that up because in talks with some of the players this week, I asked a lot about what have you seen the improvement from week 1 to this midway point in the season here, and the communication part was brought up by Coach Heiberger, by Colton Marsters when I talked with him, so interesting that you point that out there as well. Mel Ingram Field, a beautiful place to come and play some football. It's kind of got a kind of almost a small college atmosphere where the field is down below the stands and whatnot, and great stands here. You've got kind of the college atmosphere with the cars all driving by on one end zone and the open bleachers in the high school sitting behind you on the other end zone. What do you remember about playing here at Mel Ingram Field?
So this was actually my first field I played a varsity football game at, so it was pretty neat to come down here, and you got that nervous feeling when you're walking around when you first get here. But my first impressions of the field was awesome because just like you said, that college atmosphere, you looked around, you felt like this was a football field for sure, and it was real. So it was awesome to come down here and play for the first time.
Well, unfortunately, you did not ever get a chance to claim a victory against Grants Pass. The Cavemen have an 8-year winning streak against Roseburg, leading 43-14 at halftime. I'm going to say that Roseburg has a decent chance of trying to end that losing streak against the Cavemen here tonight. I know that there are lean times with Roseburg, so I'm guessing you probably didn't necessarily have a lead like this ever in your time. But, as you think about it, you got to stay focused. You don't necessarily want to let up. You can maybe work on some things, but at the same time, Grants Pass showed that they can score the ball at the end of that first half. So obviously they've got to come out and stay focused on the task at hand going into the second half.
Yes, the defense needs to come out, not be flat. Make sure you keep your responsibilities, know what you're doing, and do the same thing you've been doing in the first half. Why change it? You're at 43-14. So just keep doing what they're doing and stay focused.
Well, we'll see what Roseburg has for us here as we get ready for the second half. Clayton, it's been great having you with us. Thanks for chiming in on the broadcast a little bit here. And we'll probably check in again coming up in the postgame show
problem.
as well.
Thank you.
He's not going anywhere, but don't want to throw too many tasks at him here. So he's focused on the camera for us here tonight. But I really appreciate his help, and great to get him on the radio and get a chance to talk to former Roseburg Indian Clayton Brelage with us here in the halftime break. We're getting ready for the second half, a little bit of an extended halftime show as they have the homecoming events here. Want to say thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Appreciate their continued sponsorship of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score. And enjoy the pregame show. That was a good catch-up that we had throughout that one there. Don't forget, coming up this weekend, folks, run through the schedule for you here real quick. Tomorrow we've got college football here on The Score. You can tune in to catch the Oregon State Beavers. Big win at USC last weekend. They try to carry that momentum into a big showdown at home against the Washington Huskies. And that game will be kicking off tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And, hey, if you want to go to that game, Clayton, do you want to go to that game? Okay, never mind. All right. We'll talk later. All right. Just solved my own issue right there. All right, but tomorrow they kick off at 6 o'clock, pregame coverage at 4 o'clock, and we'll have coverage for it right here on The Score. You can tune in, catch Mike Parker and the crew as they bring you 2 hours of pregame, and then kick off at 6 o'clock as the Beavers take on the Huskies. Also coming up tomorrow, you can catch the Oregon Ducks on our news radio partner. That's News Radio 1240 KQEN. Ducks kick off at 12:30. They are at home. They're on the road, at Stanford tomorrow. And the Ducks will try to keep their undefeated season going as they take on the Cardinal. That one kicks off again at 12:30. Tune in and catch the broadcast starting with pregame at 10:30 on News Radio 1240 KQEN coming up tomorrow. And then don't forget, we've always got an NFL triple header for you on Sunday, and that starts with our fantasy football show at 8 o'clock. Takes you all the way to kickoff for the 10 o'clock games. Then we've got the afternoon games and Sunday night football. So make sure you can always tune in for an NFL triple header on Sundays here on The Score. All right. That extended break, man, we had some time to fill there in the halftime show, and they are finally back out there ready for the second half kick as they finish up playing some Sweet Caroline. The horn will sound on the scoreboard clock, and kicking off right to left will be Grant's pass. Roseburg will get the football to start the second half. Now, the one thing I would say in caution, maybe watch with a team that's looking to make a comeback. They've got to get some breaks to go their way. Look out for anything tricky. But no, they boot it deep, and Kloffenstein takes it inside the 10, knocked it down, picks it up. He will race to some open space, gets some great blocking. Now has a foot race out to the far hash mark. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Kloffenstein might take it all the way. He will. What do you know? An opening kickoff return for the Roseburg Indians. Down on the sideline, Heiberger's celebrating with Carson Dunn. Oh, boy, there's plenty of reason to be excited here with that one. Roseburg starts out the second half with, that had to be a 92-yard kickoff return by Logan Kloffenstein. What a ball game tonight. The things I don't think I would ever see continue to happen here this evening. And Roseburg's now on top 49-14, and we look for the extra point. Late man on for the Cavemen. I'm going to put it down at a 92-yarder, but I'm not 100% certain. We'll take a look at the replay. Bartlett's PAT is blocked. And it'll stay 49-14. Roseburg a season high in points at 49-14. Let's take a quick 30-second break. We'll come back with more of the second half for you on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do.
So, start out the second half. 92 yards to the house. We tried to do the replay, but it only captures 15 seconds, and the play took a little longer than that. But talking with Clayton there off the air, and a muff on the kickoff. He didn't field it cleanly, knocked it down, had to reach down and pick it up. That allowed, there was a guy right there on top of him. He missed that guy. The block set up. He found a seam and a foot race to the sideline. And Logan Kloffenstein, a kickoff return for a touchdown. That's the first time we've had that this season. Roseburg leads 49-14 here early to start the second half, and now Grants Pass will get it. What do they have in store? They'll take it out across the 25, out just shy of the 30-yard line. And so the Cavemen will have it. 11:31 to go in the third quarter. And now if it does hit a 35-point lead at any point in the second half, Roseburg gets a running clock, and I just looked up and realized that is the case. So the ball will be at the 28-yard line, and it is a running clock for the second half for the Cavemen. I had to go through the rules. They changed it recently, and talked with the athletic director at Mountain View after that game and found out that 35 is the mark. Once it hits it, there's no turning back. So we got a running clock for the second half. Running left side for the Cavemen. The ball will go out to the 32-yard line. And it is Asher Wyardi that'll run that one. Picks up 4 yards. So we've seen this before where the running clock comes out and it does make the game go faster. So we'll see how things continue to go. In shotgun, Jace Blanchard taking some time here. Shotgun snap rolls out to his left. Going to fire on the short route. It's connected to Jordan. Jace Jordan will make the catch and out. He'll move the chains to the 46-yard line. Still on Grants Pass half of the field on the pass play. Pick up 14 on the play. Grants Pass has shown the ability to move the ball downfield. They just got kind of stymied early on, and the other thing is their defense has not been able to stop Roseburg's offense. And special teams play in there as well as Tiger Black gets up the middle. The ball comes out and goes right to him, and Tiger Black will return the football. He runs over one of the receivers, and Roseburg with their second takeaway of the night. Tiger Black got into the backfield, got an arm on the runner, Wyardi, and I think that kind of loosened the ball, and then one of the other Roseburg players came in and just laid a smack on Wyardi, who fumbles it away, and it just pops up in the air right into the breadbasket for Tiger Black. And Tiger returns it a few yards, and Roseburg will have the football, already leading 49-14. They have it with, let's put it down as 8:59 to go here in the third quarter with the running clock. They've got it in Grants Pass territory at the 33. They take their time here, turn, hand it off. Eckel, jump stop in the middle, now back to his right, continues to stumble his way forward across the 30 down to the 29. And that young man he's got moves. It just jump stop, and he moves in an immediate direction. No shuffle step to try and make those jump stops. He does a great job of just making moves quickly. 4-yard gain for him as he's over 100 yards and continues to add. Clock continues to run down to about 8 minutes to go here. Second down and 6. Handed off again. It's now Knox Hubbard coming in to get some time on the field. The senior will carry it inside the 25 down to the 24, a pickup of 5. Hubbard, I've said it before and I've said it to other people off the air, I think the senior would have been a very nice feature back for Roseburg if it hadn't been for the sophomore Eckel, who has just been lights out. Knox Hubbard, when he's come in, has looked real good running the football and does a nice job of getting yardage and eluding defenders. I mean, he's a guy that can make some guys miss up there. It's not really the lightning and thunder type of mixture back there. They both are elusive guys running through the gaps. It's third down and a yard for Roseburg at the Grants Pass 24. Give it to Hubbard. He's got the first down inside the red zone. Forward momentum takes him down. They'll mark him right at the 20-yard line, and that's a pickup of 4. Hubbard this season came in, has not gotten a lot of offensive opportunities. Had 14 carries, 74 yards, averaging about 17 yards a game. 5.3 yards a carry, though, so obviously he can do some damage. He's got a long run of 14 yards, and we'll see if he gets a chance to try and punch one in. They sub him out for Eckel, who comes back in on first down and 10. The ball at the 20. The third quarter is going to work quickly here, down to 6.5 minutes to play. Roseburg, a kickoff return for a touchdown to extend their lead 49-14. Marsters in shotgun. Eckel to his left, hands it off, running right side, trying to go behind the big tackles on that right side. Daniel Thomas up there. On the right side, Daniel Thomas and Tiger Black on that right side trying to move the pile. Actually, that's Kincaid on that side. It looks like Tiger Black not out there on the offensive line right now. The carry went to the 19-yard line for Eckel, pickup of 1. Move a man in motion. That's Carson Dunn. High snap, pull it down for the end around. Tried to make the first man miss. Then they'll blow the whistle quickly. Forward momentum takes him to the 16. Pickup of 3. Dunn gets a carry. His first of the night. A 3-yard pickup. For Carson Dunn, that's his first carry of the season. Has 1 catch. They've tried to bring him in for some of those. I think one got called back on a penalty at one point. They look to the sideline on 3rd down and 6. Clock running down, nearing the 5-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. They'll check the wristbands. Set up on the right hash mark. Marsters fake the handoff, looking to pass, rolls to his left, has a wide open Landon Duper, nobody on him, he turns, stretches for the pylon, is he in? Waiting for the signal, and they'll put him out at the 1. They're going to, I think, confer here, going to try to find out. Touchdown, Roseburg! Had to wait, but after conferring, they will put it up there. Touchdown, Roseburg. Colton Marsters has his second throw to Landon Duper, and Roseburg is over the 50 mark. That is a 16-yard pass for the score. Jackson Bartlett will come out for the PAT. Two catches, 2 touchdowns for Duper tonight, as the PAT is good for Jackson Bartlett. 56-14, and Roseburg is in front and rolling. 4:40 on the clock. We'll come back with more of the 3rd quarter after a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Well, Roseburg having their biggest offensive night of the season on top of Grants Pass, 56-14, making a statement here tonight as they are putting it on the Cavemen, trying to end an 8-year losing streak against Grants Pass. Bartlett will kick it away after making the PAT on the last touchdown for Roseburg. A pitch and catch to Landon Duper, who stretched inside the sideline. That one taken inside the 15, racing up the far sideline, the return man. That is Jackson Tunick on the return for Grants Pass. Hey, Roseburg football this season here on the Score, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Also by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. The last possession ended in a fumble for Grants Pass. They'll bring out the offense here. Start with the ball at their own 28. Right hash mark, quick pass to the near side outside the hash mark, caught. Racing down the sideline, making the tackle is Eli Jacobs. Defender looked like he might have been kind of grabbing some jersey there as Jacobs tried to break away, but he does get away and able to tackle Dietz out of bounds. That is Dietz's first catch of the night, and that one takes him out to the 34. Pickup of 6. False start going to be called here against Grants Pass. So the Cavemen will be backing up. They have definitely had some issues with penalties here tonight. That is Handoff, Reeves, pulled it back out, pass into the flats, caught by Dietz, and he won't get very far, punished in the backfield. Blanchard slow to get up. Braden Steinacre was there applying the pressure, and Dietz, makes it 3rd down and 9 for the Cavemen. Calling for the snap. Blitz coming. Gillespie will flush him out of the pocket. Chasing. He gets it away. Hit as he threw, and the pass incomplete. It's Steinacre again putting some pressure on the quarterback and really hammering Jace Blanchard, and he will kind of just jog to the sideline. Boy, he looks like he is not having a fun night here tonight. His pass incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 9 for the Cavemen. Punt team out for Grant's pass. Down to 1:20 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Waving for the fair catch. It went in and out of the hands for Carson Dunn, and Grant's pass will get it. And Dunn gives it back to Grant's pass. They'll have it at the 34-yard line. So Grant's pass will get it with 55 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter, and they've got it at the Roseburg 34. So Grant's pass will get it back. First turnover of the night for Roseburg comes on special teams. 31 and counting here in the 3rd. Pressure coming again from Gillespie. A long way to run as he chases Blanchard, who almost throws it right back to Roseburg. Tupper, one of their best receivers, can't hang on to that interception that was tailor-made for him. It doesn't get any easier than that. That ball thrown right at him. Roseburg could have had their 3rd takeaway of the night, an interception and a fumble recovery already this evening. They give it away. Forgot about that. Well, the running clock means a quick 3rd quarter. And as we go to the 4th, Roseburg leads 56-14. We'll come back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community,
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
The Roseburg turnover, they'll pass it out to the near side to Jordan. He's got some blockers, but cutting through, Jackson Bartlett comes up with a nice play to cut down Jace Jordan, who comes up a little limping as he got hit, cut out at the knees. He takes it down to the 26 on the 2nd down completion. That pass play will be good for 8 yards for Jace Blanchard to Jace Jordan. And it sets up 3rd down and 2. 4th quarter here, running clock with Roseburg up big against Grant's pass. They will look to convert here. Wyardi has it going out left side, and he loses yardage back beyond the 25. Tracked down by Gillespie, and Steinacre stepping in there to make the tackle for loss. Back to the 26. Actually, that is at the line of scrimmage, so not a tackle for loss, just a no gain on 3rd down for Wyardi. And it's now 4th down and 2, nothing to lose here for the Cavemen. They'll look to the sideline, change up the play. Wyardi moves to the right of Blanchard, trips to the left side, ball in the middle of the field. Got to pick up 2. Roseburg sends pressure, full-on blitz. Going to go on the slant route. It's too high for Jordan. Tried for the one-handed grab, and he couldn't pull it in. And that'll be a turnover on downs for Grant's pass. And Roseburg gets it with 10.5 to play here in the fourth quarter, a running clock. So after the turnover on the special teams fumble, Roseburg will hold strong. They get the ball back at their own 26. Well, for Grants Pass, they will be at South Medford coming up next week as they continue Southwest Conference play. For Roseburg, they will be back at home as they welcome in North Medford. Got a score update from that South Medford game. Sheldon leading at the end of 3, 41-37. High-scoring affair there as well. Dominic Titone has come in at quarterback. He'll hand it off to Knox Hubbard, who gets held up at the line of scrimmage, actually loses a yard back to the 25, as Roseburg will start bringing in some new guys for both teams. The clock will stop on the injury. That is Kyler Mills that it goes down. He's seated right at the line of scrimmage, and Roseburg's athletic trainer will come out to check on him. While we have a break in the action, remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air, as Mills will kind of limp his way to the sideline, but does so under his own power. Tonight's game also brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 9:27 and counting once again after the injury timeout. Second down and 11 for Roseburg. Dominic Titone, the senior, split time at quarterback last year, moved to a wide receiver position this year. He'll step in again. He hands it off. Hubbard running right side this time. Things open wide up for him. He gets out to the 32. Will pick up 7 on the carry. And Hubbard going to have, I think, a season high for carries here tonight. Already up to 4 on the evening. Titone runs to the sideline for the call from offensive coordinator Coach Freeman there. Jeff Freeman, the offensive coordinator. Kyle Deaver, the DC. He's been drawing up a good one here tonight. Hubbard going to be the deep man, I believe. Yeah, that is Hubbard still out there. 32-22, sometimes look about the same. Titone in shotgun, turned and hands it, spinning off the first tackler, then got met by Hart right in the gap, and only picks up about a yard, needed closer to 4, and it's going to be, I think, 4th down and about 3, and the punt unit might come out for Roseburg depending on how they want to handle this one here. 4th and 3 with the football at the 33-yard line, and a pickup of 1 for Hubbard. They're going to let the clock run down here. They may call a timeout before the penalty flag comes out for delay of game, but they're going to let the clock run out as this one well in hand for Roseburg at 56-14 here in the fourth quarter, and here comes the timeout by Roseburg. They forgot to put the timeouts back on the board at halftime, so they will do that and then say timeout for Roseburg as we take a 30-second break ourselves. For all of those watching online at 541radio.com and listening here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Our family got vaccinated. Our younger son has type 1 diabetes and can't afford to get sick with the COVID virus. We want to help protect him, but in the past week, we helplessly witnessed the loss of a loved one due to COVID. I wouldn't wish that experience on anyone. Millions of COVID vaccines have been given successfully. Vaccination is the answer.
Yeah. Well, Roseburg will bring the offense back out after the timeout, facing 4th and 3, and they will now shift into their punt formation. And Gillespie will go with the quick punt. They will kick it away. Nobody deep to return as they were expecting a possible 4th down attempt. And Roseburg will get Grants Pass trapped in their own territory. So the punt gives the ball back to the Cavemen with 7:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. They have the ball at their own. They'll spot that at the 28, it looks like, for the Cavemen. Big night tonight for Roseburg, and Once again, third time this season that Roseburg has gotten a team into a running clock situation in the second half of a ball game. So things have been going pretty well for Roseburg offensively and defensively. They will continue to keep their numbers pretty low on the defensive side, and they'll bump them up a bit on the offensive side. Is running in. Tiger Black still in the game, and he traps Trevor Reeves in the backfield back to the 25. A tackle for loss, going back 3 yards for Reeves. 9 carries, only 7 yards on the night for Trevor Reeves. He got met in the backfield immediately. And Roseburg's defense not allowing him to get away. Roseburg will set up with the 3-man front. Hand off, running, cutting it back up the middle. Reeves this time escaping. He'll make some moves here. Near a first down carry, slipping through some arm tackles there out to the 37. He'll pick up 12. So he makes up for the loss of yardage there and gets the 12-yard carry. It'll be third down and a yard for the Cavemen. 4-down territory, trailing big here with a running clock. Looking to pass, he'll go a quick one to Tunick here on the near side. Tries to follow it a blocker, and he will get enough for the first down. Short gain, but gets to the 40, picks up 3. Only needed 1 to move the chains. A 3-yard completion to Jackson Tunick. That was the 21st pass attempt of the night for Jace Blanchard, the quarterback junior for the Cavemen. Passes, got tipped up, but still gets to the intended target. Tackle made by Jacobs. Ball to the 45 to Tunick. That ball tipped at the line and still got through. Jackson. We will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Yeah, I know who you're all thinking it might be. I think we're going to try and find somebody else worthy of recognition, although it has been the Colton Marshall show here tonight. High snap, pulling it in. Reeves runs up the middle, gets close to midfield, taken down right on top of the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 4. And that'll be close to the first down marker, right on top of the chains there. They will move them forward. Fresh set of downs as we're under 4 minutes to play. Yes, Colton Marshall definitely is worthy of the player of the game here tonight, but he's already gotten it once, so we'll try to spread the love. There were some other great performances this evening, too, and we'll honor some of that here. Sideline, right on top of the receiver was Dawson Gillespie, but making the catch, Josh Hart. He has shown some great hands here tonight. Hart, a senior, 6'5", 180 pounds, makes the catch. They move it to the 45. That is a pickup of 5 on the pass play. Inside to the 39, and that's good for the first down on a pickup of 6. Goes on that similar route. No, go to the outside man this time. It's Tunick who juggles it. Kind of a similar route. Both Tunick and Hart on the near side go out. They kind of turn back in after about 5-10 yards downfield. They run the button hook there, looking for that quick pass. And this time going to the outside man, Tunick. But the pass right on target, right in the hands. Tunick just couldn't pull it in. The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. 2.5 to play in the ballgame. Big drop again, another sidearm sling out to Tunick. Slips through one tackle. And then brought down from behind by Steinacre down at the 29-yard line. That'll pick up a first down, 10 yards on the completion. And with that, over 200 yards passing tonight for Blanchard. Connecting with Tunick, who will go over 100 yards. And movement before the snap. Penalty flag is out. I believe that'll move back Grant's pass. Yep, they are the one that are going to be called for the procedural penalty. Back to the 34-yard line. Minute and 40 counting. We saw 3 touchdowns in the final 52 seconds of the first half, although we didn't have a running clock then. So the clock not in favor for the Cavemen here as they try to put one more score on the board before the break. Looking to pass, going left side. It goes to the short man. Running the shorter route. Definitely not short. Jace Jordan pulling that one in. 6'2", 170 pounds for that senior. Makes the catch. So he takes it down to the 20. Pass again, going to the end zone. Penalty flag out in the end zone, a couple of them. Eli Jacobs going to get called. So penalty, it's likely going to be pass interference in the end zone. 48 seconds. Didn't think the clock was supposed to stop on the penalties, but it does. It is against Roseburg. The ball was at the 26. I'm not sure if it's like the NFL where when it occurs in the end zone, you get really favorable field position, but they count it off from the original line of scrimmage, so I don't think that's going to work the same way, not a spot foul like that. So Roseburg called for the pass interference. The football goes down to the 13.
First down, Cavemen.
In the pistol formation. New quarterback in there. Passing and away overthrows the intended target, Wyardi. That's Josh Hart, I believe, that is taken over at quarterback. Nope, 16. The top of the 6 goes all the way around. It looks like it connects at like an 8, but no, it's not. It's Caleb Martinez, the senior, taking over at quarterback here on this final drive of the game, down to 10 seconds. Grants Pass has to hurry to the line. One more pass play coming up. Got a snap it. The horn's about to go. They get it off in time, apparently, to the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete, and the game goes final. Roseburg wins here at Grants Pass tonight, your final 56-14. What a victory this evening. Colton Marsters comes away with a big one here tonight. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we will come back with your post-game show. We'll recap all the scoring from this one. There was plenty of it. And we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. I might have been persuaded a different direction. We'll see. Stay tuned. Should be an interesting postgame show when we return on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's Pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Welcome you back, everybody, here to Grants Pass and Mel Ingram Field, as tonight your Roseburg Indians come up with a big one. 56-14, your final score here tonight, is Roseburg will walk away 5-0 to start out the season. For the first time since 2013, they are 5-0. That 2013 season, they started 5-0. And that was not a bad year for Roseburg. They're looking to try and continue that kind of offensive momentum and that kind of consistency as this season wears on. And Roseburg starts out Southwest Conference play with a big win here at Grants Pass, snapping an 8-game losing streak. The last time they won against Grants Pass was 2012. Also, Roseburg starts out Southwest Conference play 1-0. And they are looking like they could be a true contender in the conference this year. They have not won a title since 2005. Joey Kieran here with you as we bring you the post-game show. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game here tonight as we take a look at it. Scoring came early and often in the first half. Second half, we had a running clock. The Roseburg Indians and Grants Pass in the running clock. In the second half, we didn't have a whole lot of scoring. First half, we had the Colton Marster show, a 5-yard run, a 69-yard run, a 39-yard pass play, all in the first quarter. As Roseburg jumped out to a 30-0 lead, you also had a 14-yard touchdown run for Caden Eckel and a safety in there as Roseburg built the big lead 30-0 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Marsters had an 82-yard run for a touchdown. He also had a 9-yard pass. No, excuse me. He had a 53-yard run and then a 36-yard pass. No, I'm sorry. Both quarterbacks wore number 2, so I'm confusing myself a little bit here. In the second quarter, Marsters had an 82-yard run for a touchdown, and he had a 53-yard run for a touchdown in the second quarter. Grants Pass did get 2 touchdowns on the board. It was 43-14 at the break. In the second half, Roseburg scored the opening kickoff, a touchdown, 92 yards by Logan Kloffenstein. The PAT was blocked, 49-14 your score. Then Roseburg forces a fumble. Tiger Black gets it, and then it was a 16-yard pass play. Marsters connects with Duper from 16 yards out for a second passing touchdown of the night, and that made it 56-14, and that is your final score. So, not a lot of scoring, but all Roseburg in the second half. And tonight, Roseburg gets the win to go to 5-0 on the season. Grants Pass will go to 1-4. Taking a look at numbers here tonight for Roseburg. Through the air, just 3 of 7 for Marsters, but they didn't need to pass much. He finishes with 69 yards, had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, as he combines for the 69 yards with 2 completions to Landon Duper for 55 yards and 2 scores. And Logan Kloffenstein had 1 catch for 14 yards. Kloffenstein also had the kickoff return for a touchdown. On the ground, Roseburg, 110 yards on 13 carries for Caden Eckel. He had 1 touchdown. He goes over 100 yards for a 5th consecutive game. Also scores a touchdown in his 5th consecutive game. Colton Marsters, all in the first half, had 4 rushing touchdowns and 230 yards on the ground. Carson Dunn, 1 carry, 3 yards. 5 carries, 16 yards for Knox Hubbard. Kloffenstein got a carry in there, did not get any yardage off of that one. So Colton Marsters tonight accounts for 6 touchdowns total, 4 running, 2 passing. I have Roseburg down unofficially for 415 yards of offense, not quite the 500 yards they had last week. Roseburg last week getting 539 yards of offense, but I think they'll take 415. On the other side, Chase Blanchard, I have him down as 22 for 37 through the air. 37 attempts. He ends up throwing 2 touchdowns, had 1 interception, as the turnover battle ended up even here tonight. You had the 1 interception and 1 fumble by Grants Pass. Roseburg had an interception thrown and a fumble on a special teams play. But 216 yards through the air for Blanchard, 22 of 37, the 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jackson Tunick had 8 catches for 101 yards for 83 and a touchdown from 36 yards out. Jace Jordan had 6 catches, 61 yards. Josh Hart got him down at 5 catches, 47 yards, a touchdown. And Aiden Dietz, 2 catches for 6 yards, 1 catch for Trevor Reeves for 1 yard. On the ground, Asher Wyardi had 9 carries, 30 yards, a fumble in there. Trevor Reeves had 12 carries, 24 yards. And Jace Blanchard had 2 carries for 12 yards on the ground. Unofficially, I've got Grant's pass down for 282 yards of offense. That is more than what Roseburg usually gives up, but the 14 points just barely above what they average. Their numbers will go up a little bit, but they're still going to be some of the best in the state. Roseburg had the best scoring defense in the state coming into this matchup, giving up only 6.5 points, I should say, per play. It's time now here in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. I was going to try and share it around, and I was going to give it to Landon Duper because he had a great game tonight. 2 touchdown catches on his 2 grabs. You know, you had the kickoff return by Logan Klopfenstein. Klopfenstein really probably should have gotten it last week. When I looked at the defensive numbers, he had an outstanding game in the shutout last week against McMinnville. I gave it to Carson Dunn, who had some great defensive plays, had the big interception, and I wanted to give it to a defensive guy, but I didn't have all the numbers in front of me at that time last week. Dunn had a great game and was deserving as well, and he is your player of the game last week. I was going to give it to Duper, but our good pal Josh Nelson, who has helped us for many years on the broadcast, now on the East Coast, checking in with us, he texted in and made a great point. How often is a Roseburg quarterback going to have 230 yards of rushing offense in one half, account for 6 touchdowns, 2 passing, 4 rushing? You're really not going to replicate a night like what Colton Marsters had tonight. And so he made a great point. So Colton Marsters, a very deserving recipient of tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. He gets a $50 gift certificate, his second of the season, to Mountain Mike's Pizza. He'll have to try and buy the offensive line some dinner or something like that, I guess, as he gets that gift certificate there. Mountain Mike's there off of Harvard Avenue, right by RHS, the sponsor of tonight's Player of the Game. I'm going to look at some scores here, but I'm going to bring back into the broadcast with us here Clayton Brelich, former Roseburg football player, class of 2020, been joining us here tonight, working with the broadcast for the first time here this evening. I mean, we talked about it at halftime. Tonight's game was just something else. This is special season they've got going on, 5-0, 1-0 in conference play. And, I mean, to me, that looks like a team that will challenge every team in conference and could very well be a team that could be in the lead for the conference title this year.
No, for sure. I think with the score we put up tonight, 56-14, is definitely going to pick some heads up around the conference and show them that Roseburg back on the map. So I think moving forward, if we still play like this, we got a good chance.
Yeah, I really do. We talked about how impressive they looked out there with Marsters and Eckel and this offensive line, the defense. You were a defensive guy. They give up 2 scores this time, and Grants Pass looked good at times with moving the ball downfield. They just couldn't do it consistently. But this defense they don't let you get a lot of room to breathe out there. They are on you quick, and they gang tackle well, which was something that somebody else pointed out to me. My buddy Joe, who helped me out at Southridge with the camera work there, said they gang tackle well. Everybody's running to the ball. And, I mean, tonight you see it again where they just don't let much room to go. And if you get by the first guy, it's not long before somebody else is there to get you.
And that's important because, if this first guy does miss, you got all your teammates coming around. That's what That's what I was taught. Turn the play back on the inside and have all your teammates be there. So I see them flying around, and it's fun to watch when everybody's excited and running around and sprinting and having a good time. So that's awesome to watch.
It was a good one tonight. Roseburg wins 56-14. Checking a couple of scores here before we get out of here. Last update I've gotten here from the Sheldon and South Medford game. Sheldon leading 54-37. So Roseburg not the only team putting up a 50-burger tonight in the Southwest Conference. Sheldon leading 54-37 with 4:14 left to go in the fourth quarter in that game from Eugene. We had some earlier scores to pass along. Elkton won 53-13 against North Lake. Camas Valley a 54-6 winner over Days Creek. And Reedsport falling against Bandon tonight in a tight one, 14-7. Also, we had a score last we heard at halftime. Bend was ahead of North Medford, 14-6 in that one. And also, North Douglas wins tonight against Yoncalla, 47-13. We will put together scores from all of our Douglas County games coming up, and we'll have them posted at 541radio.com for you. Might be tomorrow morning. We got a long drive home and going to be a late night here getting back in. And so, yeah, it's going to be a fun season here for Roseburg football. Big win here tonight. And Clayton, thanks so much for the time here tonight, buddy. Thanks for the help. Sounding good on the radio, and we'll look to try and get you back in the booth again here with you real soon.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be back. I want to be back here next time, so had a lot of fun.
Well, we're back at home next week, so we might be able to sneak you in there at Finlay Field. Coming up for Roseburg next week, they will be taking on North Medford in another Southwest Conference game. That one will be at home for Grants Pass. Their next contest is going to be at South Medford coming up next Friday night as conference play continues for them. Roseburg snaps an 8-season losing streak against Grants Pass with a big one here tonight, 56-14. They're turning out the lights, so we better get a move on here tonight. We will wrap things up here. We hope you tune in next week as Roseburg takes on North Medford at home. Want to say thank you to Grants Pass for hosting us here tonight. Always set us up with a great spot to broadcast from and had a good night here this evening at Mel Ingram Field. Thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. Thanks to Clayton Brelich for helping out here with the video production on site here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll join you next Friday night when Roseburg hosts North Medford for a Southwest Conference game from Finlay Field. The game's scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage always starts at 6:45. You can catch the game streaming live online at 541radio.com or join us here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.